All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. Oh, hopefully. The music, I forgot to fade it out. My bad. We're back. We're playing more Resident Evil. I actually need to plug in my other controller. So give me a second. And also, I don't know what you mean, Hope I had a nice vacation. If you think COD week is over just because it's not the week, it's not, because there's still stuff to do. I got the biggest thing that I wanted to do done. So now I can at least space it out a little bit more, but then like also the new zombies map, like the first DLC is on December 4th. So we're going to be right back to it like hard when that happens again. Look forward to it. But cursed mode is so good. Look, if it were entirely up to just what I want to play, like 100%, I might be on BO7 zombies again right now, but it's fine. It's fine. It's so good, man. BO7 zombies. I was not ready for it to be that good. Like, I had expectations that were relatively high because of like cursed mode. Particularly, I was like, that sounds amazing. And then finally getting my hands on it, I'm like, this is amazing. The multiplayer hurts me. She says that, but she started doing good. She had a rough start with the multiplayer because she went in with like no custom loadout stuff. And just obviously like new game, mechanics are different, maps are different. She didn't know what was going on. But she started doing pretty good. I'm in the caves. I was just about to say, I don't know exactly where I am. Oh, I'm like pretty into the caves too. It's been like 2 weeks since I last even touched. Oh, okay. Remake. I thought I legit had like nothing in my item box. I was a little worried. But man, it's just... BO7 is good. The campaign was not. But like endgame kicks a lot of ass. The multiplayer is pretty good. Pretty good. Not my favorite multiplayer ever by any means, but like on the Call of Duty scale, that's like an 8 out of 10 multiplayer. At least in its current state, like with the launch maps and everything. Could go up, could go down throughout the year. They always do. Oh no, I didn't look at the code. My brain, I was like, I know it, and then I don't know it. 4231. I saw they opened up endgame. Yeah, they did. And then they gave like a whole bunch of double XP tokens and a bunch of free perkaholics to anyone who beat the campaign before they gave it out, like just for everyone. But yeah, if you open up the game right now, you can just play endgame. You don't have to clear the campaign for it, which is a good change. I even said, like, as soon as I got in, I was like, man, this is cool. I wish they didn't make people play through that slog of a campaign just to get this. That was the right call, to open that up for everyone. Because it is really cool. Endgame is really sweet. I don't need to go over there yet. It's better than BO6. The game overall, I think, is better than BO6 for sure. Like, the multiplayer is a lot better. The zombies is a lot better. The campaign is a lot worse. Endgame, like, BO6 doesn't even have a comparison to Endgame. It just didn't even have any equivalent mode like that. Endgame is just totally new and really, really fucking cool. False and I have to play more Endgame at some point. False has played a bit of the zombies with me, like a couple games of zombies with me, but just farm survival, not the big map, because she hasn't played any modern zombies really. So even like for her, playing on farm is plenty because she's still trying to figure out like the new Pack-a-Punch system, the armor system, you know, there's just all that stuff already is new to her. Yeah, I haven't touched Dead Ops yet. I haven't even touched it. Genuinely. I have not touched it. Although I saw this morning that beating Dead Ops Arcade, like fully, getting all the way through and beating the final boss, gets you a universal camo that's like a bunch of little pixel art, like gold coins with the monkey from Dead Ops Arcade on them, like his face.
Double digits, Babby.
Babby. Thank you for the 10 months, Lane. I appreciate it. So now that I know there's a universal camo for beating Dead Ops, I am like, at some point, probably on stream, is where I'll force myself to do it. I have to complete Dead Ops Arcade all the way through, which I've never done on any prior version. I've never actually beaten a Dead Ops Arcade because they're hard. They're so hard. Oh, I need to go get the thing first. It's been a minute. I love Remake. It's nice to be back. It's always nice to be back to Remake. I wish I could pap the knife. Code Veronica is the only game in the series with a Pack-a-Punch knife. Some of the nicest camos are locked behind weapon prestige. Bro, I was doing just random camo grinding on multiplayer. And I was hanging out, I was talking to False while I was doing it. And I was streaming my screen to her, as I always do when we're just talking and one of us is gaming, we'll stream our screen. Just so the other person can see, you know? And, just out of nowhere, I get, like, my gun up to max level, I weapon prestige it, and I get the kawaii camo from Black Ops 2, which, if anyone doesn't remember, this was when, like, kawaii first became a meme on the internet. So it's this bright pink camo with like little panda bears and like dog tags, but then the chain of the dog tag is like in the shape of a heart. And it's just this goofy little like meme skin that back in BO2 you paid like 99 cents for. That was like the first game they ever started adding microtransactions in with, and they just did camos like that. Yeah, the cow print trim. Yeah. I unlocked that camo and I was like, oh my god, False, this SMG, if you max level it, gives you this camo. And so False has just been using that SMG since. False is going to get the pink kawaii camo on Black Ops 7. Because immediately I was like, you need this. You know you need this. Been fun. It's a really fun COD launch, and it's so wild because like easily this is the most negative press and just general like negativity around COD that I think I've ever seen. Like, I think this does beat Infinite Warfare, but it's not even slightly stopping me from having fun with the game. Like, it's just not hindering it whatsoever, because it's like there's so much negativity around it. Also, I just realized I'm in 16:9 by mistake. Hold on. I fixed it. Took me a minute, but I got it. It's because of the campaign and using AI. Yeah, well, okay, it's just generally, like, ever since the game got revealed and BF6 got revealed this year, people kind of wrote it off and were like, okay, yeah, I'm playing Battlefield this year. Because there was that general franchise fatigue from COD. And I don't think that that's even a bad thing. Because genuinely, I think that being the general reaction is what made BO7 come out as well as it did. Because they have done so much in BO7 to fix problems that have existed within COD that people have bitched about for like 10 years at this point. But they just never bothered to fix it. But now they have a reason to, because they're like, oh shit, people actually like will jump ship. if we don't fix it, if we don't listen. So they listened a lot with BO7, and the campaign is total dog shit. But the rest of the game is like modern Call of Duty, but if they just actually listened to the shit that we've been saying for years now. And it's great. Like, it really just, when I play it, I'm like, yeah, this is like all the things that were good about New COD, but with almost all the bad things taken out because they actually listened to the feedback. And it's just fun. Like, it's hard to not have fun with it. I'm loving everything outside of the campaign. And the AI sucks, but for me at least, the fact that it's just the calling cards makes it kind of a non-issue, where it's like, I hate that they used it. I really hate that they used it. I'm a big AI hater. I'm not shy about it either. But at the same time, like, it is the most minor aspect of the game that they used it for. Like, when I'm playing the game, I'm not even worried about calling cards. I'm not even thinking about them. Plus, the AI use has been a thing for calling cards since MW3. It's just this year, with all the negative press around COD, people are actually, like, talking about it more. Although they talked about it a bit last year. Like, False will remember some of the discussion even around BO6's use of AI. But it was nowhere near as talked about as it is right now, basically. Like, it's been talked about with the last couple games since they started doing it. But because there's so much more general negativity, there's way more talk about it right now than there was before. I don't need any of that. It feels so weird running by so many items, but like defense items, ammo, don't need any of it. I literally only need heals and key items, nothing else. Oh, Lisa Trevor. But what is great about the weapon prestige camos, even though they are a grind to actually get, what's it? Well, maybe I shouldn't have come in here. Oh no, actually that worked out great. Thankfully the weapon prestige camos are universal camos. So like as soon as you go through the grind to unlock it from the gun that you get it from, once you have it, it can be applied to any gun in the game. Like you could start up a totally new gun at level 1, you've never touched it before, you could throw it on. I've been putting the kawaii camo on everything ever since I got it. I have my pretty pink gamer girl anime camo on all of my guns. It's hilarious to me for no reason. I just, like, this morning when I took a break from work, I was like, I'm gonna go try snipers a little bit on the multiplayer. Fucking threw a camo, or the pink camo on it. Went to town. Whatever floats your boat, it's hilarious. False thinks it's hilarious. That's enough for me. Every time she sees it, she laughs. I'm just like, look, my camo. It's beautiful. I should probably save here. Yeah. Lisa likes to do that little thing where she just knocks you right off the ledge. Just desert camo. It's so good. It's such a good camo. That's something else that I like about the weapon prestige camos in general, is that a lot of them are from older CODs. Like they're legacy camos that people loved that got brought back. But they're not selling them. Like in recent years when they've brought back like old iconic camos like that, they've sold them in packs. Even most of these camos that are in the weapon prestige thing were microtransactions in the game that they were first added in. Like the kawaii camo from BO2 was a paid for camo in BO2. But now it's just like, yeah, you use this gun enough, you get it for everything.
Take a piece of the action.
I will take a piece of the action. Thank you, Wesker. I'm flying. Also, what's wrong with the bacon camo? Wesker, could you, like, do something, maybe? I was just about to ask if she's walking over this way. Oh, shit. That was crazy. Gives me BO2 PTSD. I love the bacon camo. That's a classic from BO2. And it is in the game. I don't know what gun it's on, but I saw that the bacon camo is in the game as a weapon prestige. It's crazy that after this run, I don't actually have a whole lot left on this 100%. Once knife only is done, there's only like a couple more things to check off the box. Or check off the list. A couple more, you get what I was thinking. A couple more boxes to check off the list is what I was, yeah. I got it. I got it. I know what I'm talking about. I didn't grab the medals, the medallions. I thought it when I was saving the game, but then I just forgot in the process, apparently. You can check them off the box. All right, good. As long as I can check them off the box. That was a weird camera change. Would you ever do Onimusha? They're on the list. But Onimusha, well, maybe right now, because Onimusha's like coming back, there might be more interest. But they are on the list. There's just never been a lot of interest in them. But to be fair, the franchise up until recently was pretty dead for a while. Like they just straight up weren't really using the IP. So I don't necessarily blame people for not craving the Onimusha. Into the lab I go. Pretty close to being done with this. I could probably have this done by like the end of the hour at this rate. We're doing Chris's bad ending on this too, so we're double dipping for achievements again. Hope the new one encourages people to give the series a chance. Yeah, False was asking people about it, like on her stream. She was like, guys, Onimusha seems kind of interesting. Should I maybe play it? And people were like, no, it's too hard. And then I told her afterwards, I'm like, it's not too hard. Just play it. They're really cool. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to those people. You'll love it. It's just, Onimusha is so, like, unique. There just aren't really other games that are like Onimusha, you know? It's sort of like Parasite even that way, where it's almost hard to describe what is so cool about those games to someone who hasn't played them, because they are just so particularly their own thing. Like, they're so specific. The only good Onimusha? No. No. Onimusha 1 is not the only good one. I need to play those. You do. Parasite Eve is so cool. Not perfect. There's a lot that I don't love about Parasite Eve 1 and 2, but they're just so neat. Like, they're such interesting games. Because really, nothing else plays like Parasite Eve at all. It's the best one. I don't even know about that. I always felt like 2 was the best one. Or at least just my favorite one. That was a little sketchy. What's the exact routing here again? Oh, I think I know. Yeah, I know. It has been a minute. Ooh, I forgot you were in here. Oh, get off. I thought I mashed enough. I thought that was the start of the animation to get him off. It's John and Ada. The new one looks absolutely incredible. Dude, the new one looks so cool. That was the one that made False start thinking about it. She saw the new one and was kind of like, whoa, what's that about? And I was like, yeah, it's a horror game. It's an old Capcom survival horror series. She was like, oh. I still don't understand why Dawn of Dreams didn't sell well. I mean, the thing with Onimusha is that none of them sold great. It kind of... It was always one of Capcom's more niche series. Granted, niche for Capcom, but it was always one of their lower... I'm trying to phrase it. Lower performers. You get what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't failing, but just it wasn't ever doing that well to begin with. Oh, dude. There are so many Onimusha characters that could be great in MVC. 1, 2, and 3 sold well for the time. They sold pretty well, but like by Capcom standards, they weren't really up there. I don't even have to be over here. I am kind of forgetting the routing a little bit, but I got it. I'll get there. I think I have to go up. I have to get the... Is it 8461? The code on the wall up here? See, when we were doing the speedruns and stuff, I had the codes all to memory. But that was like 2.5 weeks ago now. 8461 sounds at least close. $8462 also vaguely rings a bell. Oh my God, you're shitting me. Never doubt my RE knowledge. What the fuck? I was 1 digit off by 1. I was off by 1 on the 1. We're doing it live. Like 2 months out. 9 is at the end of February. Like literally the last few days of February. The master of unlocking. I am. I just got a comment today who they were commenting on the fact that like RE9 is about 3 months away and the RE retrospective is really close to being done. And they were saying like the timing should line up pretty much perfectly to like finish everything up and then do 9 right when it comes out. And they listed all the videos that I have left, but they left out Resistance and Reverse. And then said like, but those are just little multiplayer cash grabs, so you're probably gonna skip them. Plus the servers got taken down for them, I think, already. And I had to respond and just say, never underestimate my dedication to the bit. They don't know, because I've talked about particularly Reverse on stream, which if you haven't heard me talk about, I played a shit ton of Reverse right before the server shut down and did all the achievements, like totally completed the game, played everything, a whole lot, took down a whole lot of notes, like so the notes are so detailed that the script is basically already written, or at least the outline for it. I just have to like fill it in and add transitions and stuff. I'm sitting on hours and hours of footage that I just have not deleted since that time. I've just been keeping all my footage. They don't know. I prepared like more than half a year ahead of time for the Reverse review. I was prepared for that shutdown. I saw it coming. I knew it had to be done. The funny thing is, False saw it. False witnessed it at the time. But you guys, I was good at Reverse. I learned that game so thoroughly. I was like consistently, it's a free-for-all game. The only game mode in it is a free-for-all. I was consistently getting first place games by like the time that I was finishing up with it. I was good at it. I legit got super good at RE Reverse. I was consistently kicking ass near the end of it. I have so much footage of me just going off. Oh, I should have just... Stairs. They puke on stairs. Always. Why did I not go? Man had a positive win-loss ratio. I probably did. Which isn't too insane generally in multiplayer games, but like... It was a free-for-all game. The only mode was a free-for-all. All right, this is gonna be the real bitch of the whole thing. I accidentally interacted with it again. Okay. Out of this whole area, this is gonna be the worst part. Once I'm past this, like even the tyrant fight won't be this hard. The tyrant fight, I can go in with like 5 full heal items and he doesn't have that much health. This is gonna be the worst part. Trying to do this without blowing myself up. What other door does the lab key open up? I don't remember. Is it the door right here, maybe? Oh no, okay. I'm on the right track. It's the door that connects to that room. It's this door, is the other one. Yeah, just discard it. Should I finally start Tears? Do I want that to be my holiday game? I will say what I say to everyone who starts Tears, especially if you've already played Breath of the Wild. Don't force yourself to finish it if you're not enjoying it. It's not worth it. I 100%ed both. I consider myself at least somewhat of an authority. I'm a big Zelda fan, huge Zelda fan. Go for it, but really, like, if you're just not feeling it, do not force yourself through it. It's genuinely not worth it. Because, like, it can feel like, you know, you just have to get through enough to get back to the story and, like, see the finale. Even all that genuinely is not worthwhile. Like, the story just... I don't even want to get into it. I don't. TLDR, don't force it. The music is great. The music is great. A lot of things in Tears are good. But yeah. I want him on the stairs. Beautiful execution. Gorgeous. Check this out. I just have one Chimera dodge. And I've only, like, tapped the run button twice, so I've got another quick little dodge up my sleeve. Don't kill me. Aha! I'm out. See ya, bitches. We're out of here. Fuck that shit. That actually went better than expected, I have to say. Watching a master at work, that was pretty smooth. I expected way worse. I really do feel like I underestimate myself on tank control resis. I always say that these are gonna be like the hardest things ever to do. And then I just go and first try them. And I'm like, oh, okay, never mind, that wasn't so bad. But then, like, I swear, I think I just have the tank control finesse and I sleep on myself. Especially, like, the CV, what's it? Doing the S rank playthrough on Code Veronica, I shocked myself doing that, like, second try without looking into pathing or anything beforehand. This is such a horrible part to get through, though. Yeah, I don't know. That really wasn't bad. Does not mean you cannot Zoidberg. True. Oh, the zombies despawn after you do that? Interesting. I don't think RE9 is going to drop with, like, a random multiplayer thing. I feel like we would have heard about it by now. Plus, RE4 Remake didn't. Which might not sound like too big of a thing to consider, but it kind of is. Like, we got 2 in a row in terms of mainline games coming out with a weird multiplayer thing attached. But then they stopped. And so far, at least, we haven't heard anything about something like that for 9. So I don't think they're gonna do it. They could. Oh. Oh. There. I forgot the Chimera were in the game. Yeah, this is the origin. Well, RE1 was the origin for them. But yeah. Thoughts on RE9 bringing Ink Ribbon back? I hope so. What's it? I said it in my RE7 video, because RE7 was the first to bring in, like, the new Ink Ribbon approach that 2 and 3 remakes used, where, like, they are in the game, but only on Madhouse/hardcore, depending on what exactly you're playing. I wish that they just made them part of the standard experience, but I get why they didn't. I'm at least glad to have them there. Like, I'd rather have them there in one way than to not have them at all, but
Chris, you make me proud.
I do feel like they should just be part of the standard experience. Because, like, honestly, this playthrough, they seem so much more oppressive than they are.
Since when, Wesker?
But, like, this playthrough, I saved, what, 16, 17 times, and I still have, like, 10 in my item box.
Since when have they been slipping you a paycheck?
And for a game that's, like, 5 or 6 hours long, 27-ish saves is pretty forgiving, even though it doesn't feel like it.
No, rather, my.
You know what I mean? It just, all that they really do is make you think about it a little more. And I think just making you think a little more about, like, when you save is a really cool thing.
Hands, you son of a bitch!
Enrico, yes.
Love your Yakuza videos. I'm glad you enjoyed them.
I'll destroy all of you stars along with this entire place. You. Time for show and tell.
I say enjoyed. I'm still making them, but you know what I mean. Just get rid of typewriters on hardcore and make you rely on occasional autosave. Oh, that would be brutal. Like, just predetermined save points that you have no control over. That would be hardcore. Should we make a bet about Leon and RE9? Leon, I still firmly, as of right now, don't think that Leon will be there. I'm still on the no Leon team. You know, all two of us that don't think he'll be there.
Wesker, you've become senile.
Chris, you'll never understand. It's magnificent.
PlayStation leaked he'll be in the game. That leak was faked. The PlayStation storefront leak that was in, I don't remember what language exactly. That was edited. It wasn't legit.
Come on, you test tube freak.
This is gonna be the bitch out of the whole run. I saved right before this, so. Oh, never mind. He's gonna be a joke. He's so not aggressive in this fight. What the fuck? What? Ow. Okay. Portuguese. Thank you. Yeah, that was a faked edit. That one got debunked pretty soon after it came out. But that's the thing with, like, the Leon, like, leaks and discussion is that there have been so many, and legit all of them have been fake. Which is a big part of me being like, bro, on top of just the devs saying he's not gonna be there. I'm sorry, I got hit once. I got like one little slash and that was it. I came here with 5 full heal items, thinking I would need them. I thought this was gonna be the one really hard fight in the game. I was wrong. I was very wrong. Yeah, I don't think Leon will be there. I don't. And like the more fake leaks that come out, almost the more that I believe that he won't. Like it pushes me more firmly into being like, yeah, he's not gonna be in the game. You can't go back to Raccoon City and there's no Leon. I do think that like some returning character will appear, but I don't think it will be like a main cast character, like a Leon or even like a Chris or anything. I would lean more towards, if they were going to bring back like a hardened survivor in that game, it would be someone from Outbreak. Because obviously they're going very heavy on that. Everyone is just so focused on like the R.P.D. is in the trailer, but like all of the Outbreak survivors were also in the R.P.D. and escaped from it before Leon ever got there. And the thing is just that Outbreak is still so unknown by most of the fandom. But like all of the marketing has been way more Outbreak heavy than it has been like RE2 or RE3 heavy, if that makes sense. Like they're leaning way more into Outbreak than like the numbered titles. I'm saying Claire. Come on. We know damn well they're not doing anything with Claire. Come on. We all know.
Yeah.
They forgot about Claire.
Renine needs that one difficulty option where it not only limits your saves. If you die, it permanently erases your save and you have to start all over. What do you think?
I am a fan of permadeath modes. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of permadeath, but I am. I like every ARPG I play on hardcore. Just, I think permadeath can be really fun once you've learned a game in and out to like add some real tension to it. But I don't know. I would not mind it at all. Just, I don't know if I would say it needs to be there. Because like the thing with permadeath too is if you did want to do permadeath, you can always just do your own permadeath. Like it's one of those challenges that thankfully the developers don't need to give you a mode for it. Obviously then some people will cheat it or whatever, and it's more fun if there's like an achievement for it or whatever. But what I like about permadeath 2 is you can just make that challenge for yourself in basically any game. It's one of those that you don't have to rely on the developers to like give that to you, if that makes sense. I wouldn't mind it at all though. I do like a good permadeath mode. I do. And I do think RE is pretty well fit for it. At least the survival horror entries, like stuff like 4, 5, 6, maybe not so much, but things like the classic era games or the remakes of 2 and 3, whatever. Those. I got the achievement for Chris's worst ending, but I did not get the knife-only achievement. Chances of Claire showing up? They forgot about Claire. 0. Okay, not 0. 0.1%. Why'd you change your username? I changed it a couple weeks ago just for better branding. But YouTube is now using the handles. I didn't change the channel name. It's just that YouTube is using handles now instead of display name. Which is dog shit, in my opinion, but... I've been trying to get my handle to be Chole. Because YouTube, when I try to go and make it my handle, says that it's taken, but if you go to the web address for it, it says that it doesn't exist. So I've been trying to get it, but every time I've tried, I've been met with some reason that they can't do it. She did show up in Death Island, and wasn't that considered canon? The CG movie canon is a little iffy. I think the official statement is that they're canon, but they're kind of weird, where like nothing from the CG movies has ever been referenced or had any effect on the games. I don't think banned accounts released the name. Maybe. Yeah, they're kind of in like a soft canon where Capcom says they're canon, but I really hope, particularly with Death Island, that Capcom maybe retcons that and goes back on that, because of Jill. Because of Jill. Like, the movie in general is stupid, but my biggest gripe with it in terms of it potentially affecting canon going forward is them trying to make an actual plot point of Jill looking the exact same as she does in RE3 Remake because of the infection that she got and being cured from it. Like, just suddenly permanently locked her into looking exactly like that for the rest of her life, and also wearing the same clothes, I guess, but that's a whole other thing.
Chris, you did a fine job.
There's the knife achievement. Okay, thank God. I was sitting here like, bro, do I have to do it again? Okay. Okay. Chris, worst ending and knife only runs. Done. I think degeneration was mentioned in one of the games. I could be wrong. I don't believe that it is. It may be. Yeah, you could be right. I just can't remember any time that it was ever mentioned. Okay, so with those, I have 4 achievements left, chat. I know that you can't see right now the achievements. I'm on Steam looking. Right, I have to get all the costumes, which means that I have to play as Chris again on the other save file. I have to visit all places on the map, so basically just like a very thorough playthrough where I also go into like the secret costume room. And then the other 2 achievements are finishing real survival mode and finishing invisible enemy mode. I say let's do real survival with Chris to get his costume, and I should also be able to get the what's it? The all areas achievement while doing that.
Bibbidi bobbidi bitch.
Thank you, False. I did, yeah.
Resident Evil.
Real survival. This is the right save file? Yeah, okay. I've got Jill's RE3 costume, which means it's the right one. I have to put Chole Yakuza for him to pop up. I did check, like earlier this week, and at least in like an incognito search, not logged in,
Alpha team is flying
my
around
channel
the force,
finally came up as like a
situated in
top
northwest
2
Raccoon
result
City.
when I just searched
We are
Chole.
searching for the helicopter
It
of
wasn't the
American
first
patriots.
thing. I think it was like
Bravo
some Roblox account,
disappeared during
and
the
her
middle
name
of
is
the
Chloe, but she has like 500,000 subs or something. So it was like, oh, maybe it was a typo.
Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred.
But I just checked it earlier this week, and it seems like I'm getting more
being attacked by a group of about 10
placement
people.
in search.
Victims were apparently.
At least that's what I saw. Maybe it's not consistent.
The Bravo team was sent in to investigate. But we
You like
lost
Jill in that
contact.
Zero Suit Samus look? No, RE5 is actually one of my least
Bravo
favorite
team's
looks for
helicopter
Jill.
was a derelict.
I just think that it's incredibly stupid for them to canonically lock themselves in to never being able to change her design, if that makes sense. Like, I think that's a massive mistake. I don't know why the fuck they would do that,
continued
other
our
than
search for the other
the
members.
obvious reason within that movie
And it turned into
was just so that they could reuse her
nightmare.
model from RE3 for the movie. Save some money. It's Hot Forever in the CGI movie universe. Yeah, which is the same universe. It's, at least Capcom always says that they're canon to the games as well. They do make a plot point in the newest CGI movie of Jill looks exactly the same as she does in the RE3 remake there, even though that movie takes place like after RE6, because being infected by Nemesis like left some cells behind in her body that prevented her from aging at all. So she will forever look exactly like she did in the RE3 remake. which to me is like the dumbest corner to back yourself into. I don't know why they would do that. I really don't know why they would do that. The Jibble effect. I think that's what they called it officially, yeah. What happened to the blonde? They just don't address it in the movie. They just don't even mention it. They make zero mention of it in the film. But to be fair, like, remake canon is changing a lot about the old canon. Like, so far, 1 through 4, if you look at the remakes as opposed to the originals, they're very different.
Chris, this way.
And 5 hasn't gotten a remake yet, but it inevitably will, because that is just printing money for Capcom. So that's also where I'm sort of like, what are we gonna do with Jill if they do decide to go in that direction of never changing her? They basically have to either stick with that, and Jill's appearance cannot change in RE5 remake from RE3 remake,
Jill.
or they have to retcon the CGI movies out of the canon continuity. Those are the only two options they have now going forward.
Barry. Where's Barry?
And I would way rather just have them retcon it out. Even though I don't like Jill's look in RE5 particularly, I feel like if they wanted to redesign her for a remake, they could probably do it a little better.
I'll go and check it out.
All right.
I don't hate the
Jill and I will
idea
stay
of
in
her
the
becoming like
security area.
pale and blonde and everything. I just personally didn't think she looked that great in RE5.
Take care.
Yeah.
I think permanently keeping her appearance exactly the same as RE3 remake is so stupid. So stupid. Doing this challenge with Chris is gonna be a bitch. But I have to do another Chris playthrough anyway. And there are 2 challenge runs left, so here we are. Real ones remember live action Jill, don't even. I crave your validation, it's all I have. I uploaded a Metal Gear short showing a secret and it's currently on 790k. Are you proud of me? I am. Why not hint at a cure in the inevitable RE5 remake? Because the game the movie takes place after RE6. So her just in the movie being like, oh yeah, I look like this forever because of this, and then making no mention of like any time that her appearance did change, but then they did this and that. Plus, Chris is there in Death Island. And Chris also is just like, yeah, that's why she looks like this. She's always looked like this. They've backed themselves into a corner with this writing-wise if they continue to view it as canon. Which is why I say it's so stupid. Because, like, Chris is there, and he's just like, yeah, this is what Jill looks like. Because of Raccoon. And it's just like, what?
Jill? Where did they go?
This Chris costume, speaking of, is so goddamn goofy. I've never actually played with it. It's growing on me quickly. It's growing on me. I can't lie. God, this challenge is gonna be a bitch with Chris. Like, this would be a bitch with Jill. It's gonna be so much worse with Chris. What am I doing? This will probably be the longest playthrough, actually. Like, no bullshit. I think this will be the longest playthrough out of the entire 100%. Tell us why Wesker hates Chris so much. It's because of RE1. Because Chris foiled his plans. But then they kind of changed that whole thing. Where, like, once Umbrella Chronicles came around and was setting up RE5 story, they were like, this was actually Wesker's plan all along. But at least initially it was because of RE1. And because Chris foiled his plans. But they kind of changed that with RE5 and Umbrella Chronicles. It's weird. It's a little muddy. The Resident Evil series lore gets all fucking wacky after 3, to be honest with. Well, after Code Veronica. Code Veronica is still pretty normal. Pretty much as soon as 4 comes around, from that point on, series lore gets batshit. It gets all sorts of wild and wacky. Oh! I forget that real survival mode is also permanently... Like, this mode only plays on hard difficulty, doesn't it? Oh, God. Okay. Kind of wants him to join him. No, because he does try to kill Chris. Chris just kind of barely weaseled his way out in Code Veronica. Well, in CVX, and even then, CVX is really weird to look at when trying to break down Code Veronica's story. Because CVX adds a lot of material that was never in Code Veronica. Like a lot of cutscenes and stuff that were never there to begin with. My auto-aim is gone? That's not an advertised feature. What? Okay. Oh, he is dead? Really? Okay. I'm pissed. The mode description doesn't even say that it's gonna remove my auto aim. I just tried to do it and then I was like, wait, what? Fuck. But yeah, this playthrough, like, I just have to do a full playthrough as Chris to get his final costume unlocked for the all costumes achievement. But B, we're doing the real survival mode. Wesker is just in love with Chris and too shy to say anything. Maybe. And real survival mode, yeah, is no auto aim and the item boxes are separate. So like, if I place an item in the item box that's on the west side of the mansion, and then I go over to the item box on the east side, that item is not going to be in the east side item box. It's going to only be on the west side. So basically, we're playing RE1 Remake, but we're going to have to do that, that thing that you do in Resident Evil 0 if you're trying to actually enjoy the game. Everyone already knows where I'm going, just off of that. Where you choose like one area to pile up all of your items in and have it act like a pseudo item box. That's basically what we're gonna have to do here. I always use the main hall you start off in. Me too. Like, basically just whatever the first, like, safe entryway sort of area is to any particular area in RE0.
Get the fuck out of my call right now.
That's the one that, that I'll end up going with, generally speaking. I joined the Yakuza Games Discord the other day, and dude, almost everyone just hates Kiwami 3 so much. I get that Kiwami 3 has a lot of controversy around it, but generally, I really don't like the idea, just in general, like, you'll never really see me do this. I don't like writing off a game entirely before it comes out. Especially with like Kiwami 3, where look, there's a lot of legitimate things to complain about with Kiwami 3, right? But I don't think any of those things make the game a bad game. They can maybe personally ruin it for you, but I don't think it makes it like, oh, Kiwami 3 is gonna be dog shit. You know what I mean? Like, because of X or Y. I just always hate that shit. It's like, if you really are interested in a game, even if you're disappointed by stuff that they show off pre-release, still just give it a shot. Like, still, don't just immediately write it off and be like, oh, this is shit. Poo-poo game. And yeah, like with the Kagawa thing, as much as it is like incredibly shitty of RGG's management to not do anything about it and to not even acknowledge the controversy whatsoever. Oh. Lunge. Lunge, man. He's crazy. He's not gonna lunge at me. What the fuck? Just social media mentality? Yeah. He's crazy. What the fuck was that? He just refused to do the little lunge at me. That's actually super creepy. I've never seen them do that. Is that a real survival thing? Are they just gonna fucking unrelentingly chase me down with no lunge to try to grab me? Oh, I don't have an item slot open and I don't want to combine the greens. The best way to approach this challenge is just going to be to do it super thoroughly. Actual zombie physics. They talk about Kagawa from time to time, but they hate the combat, Dragon Engine Ryukyu, Kiryu's facial animation, etc. Only thing they're praising is Dark Ties. And like all that, especially like with combat and stuff, I feel like you just have to try the game, right? At a certain point. Shark Boy, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. But even like we just saw and are still seeing, but like just this last week, we've seen probably one of the biggest examples ever with like Black Ops 7. Oh, it's a bot. Fuck you, Shark Boy. I never loved you. I take it back. I take it back. Rest in peace. As soon as I saw the Discord thing. God damn it. These bots are everywhere, man. I tell ya. Twitch. Remember when we said we were getting rid of bots? What happened? You destroyed the view count system somehow and did not get rid of the bots. What happened? How did you manage? How did you manage to overcorrect and undercorrect at the same time? What's going on here? Like, that's an achievement. Sorry, what was I talking about? Oh, Black Ops 7 is like the biggest example I've seen in a long time of, as soon as the game got revealed, everyone just immediately wrote it off and was like, nope, shit game, bad. And then it came out, and the people who are playing it are like, campaign is bad, like really bad, but the multiplayer is the best we've had in so many years, and the zombies is also the best we've had in so many years. And everyone who wanted to hate the game as soon as it was revealed is just still dogpiling the campaign and not even acknowledging the other two modes that, you know, are 99% of what people actually play in COD in terms of like time spent, because people are enjoying those. So if they do like acknowledge it or bring it into discussion, it starts to paint a more positive light, so they're just avoiding it entirely. BO7 is genuinely one of the biggest examples I think I've ever seen of it. Like, people just, as soon as that game showed up, it was the worst thing ever. And in any sort of discussion about the game, it's just all skewing to the one little thing that is really bad. Because, like, the thing is, no one who has played that campaign is going to tell you it's not bad. Because it is bad. It is. But, like, it's Call of Duty. So the campaign, you know, game comes out, I play the campaign right at release, and then maybe if it's good, I'll revisit it in like 5 years. But realistically, like if it's mid or not good at all, like just bad, like this one is, I just probably won't play it again. That's not what I'm buying Call of Duty for, you know? Anyway. Oh, there's no item there. Hard mode. We only did the one hard mode playthrough, so I don't remember what items have been taken out. I'm done finishing RE2 Remake and 7. What should I play next? Are 7 and 2 Remake the only REs you've played? It's like when people complained about the Battlefield 6 campaign, like, yeah, and exactly, like, genuinely, what's it? I played the Battlefield campaign on stream, and we all just collectively were like, oh my god, this campaign is so shit. And then as soon as it was over, like, we kind of kept joking about it, but you know what we did as soon as it was over? We went to multiplayer and just played the multiplayer, because, like, it's Battlefield. I bought it for the multiplayer. Like, yeah, we played the campaign, laughed at it, it was bad. And then once it was over, we went to the part of the game that we actually were there for, and that part is good. And, like, Battlefield 6 overall is good. Go figure. I wouldn't say that Battlefield 6 is a shit game because the campaign is bad, you know? The campaign, again, with Battlefield is like 1% of the time that I will spend with the game. Never forgetting, it's the thumb. He's a tech guy. It's the thumb. It's a thumb drive. Get it? Get it? They didn't say it's a thumb drive, but like that was genuinely the bit. It was so shit. The writing in Battlefield 6 was so funny. Get your zombies Easter egg done. I did, and cursed mode is so good. I'm still gonna be streaming so much BO7 zombies. Be warned. If you thought it was over, it's not over. Just so everyone knows, everyone is aware, it is not over. It's just I'm gonna save a lot on this playthrough too, just to be thorough and not waste time. Sorry. COD week again in 2 weeks. Bro, the intro cutscene for DLC 1 for the new map is so batshit crazy. Has anyone seen it? The cutscene for the new map opens right after Ashes ends. And literally, like, it starts out with that big ethereal, like, face from the middle of the Easter egg popping up in space and spitting out the crew in Old Tessie. And Old Tessie has 2 fucking rockets strapped to the side of her now, and they are flying through space while there are zombies and Ravagers on, like, asteroids that are following them and trying to jump on the car and kill them. It's insane. The intro cutscene is so batshit. What? You have to go watch it. It's 2 minutes, and it is so wild. It is so crazy. Genuinely, if you haven't, that the Astro Malorum, it's on Treyarch's YouTube channel, I think. I don't think it's on the Call of Duty channel. I think it's Treyarch's. It's so good. Stupid work. I'm still gonna be playing it a lot, because cursed mode is the challenge mode that we had to beat the Easter egg to get opened up. So now that I finally got that done, basically what we're now doing is playing in the challenge mode, and within the challenge mode there are smaller Easter eggs that earn you relics, And those relics are optional challenge modifiers for cursed mode that make the game more difficult in specific ways. So literally, we unlocked the challenge mode, and now the new gameplay loop going forward for like the questing and stuff is playing with extra challenge added for the sake of completing things that give us more challenge for the next run. Because then once you stack up enough relics, the cursed mode also starts to add in like higher tier equipment that you can't get in any way other than playing cursed mode with a bunch of relics active. Like new increased armor tiers. There's a whole new tier. There's tier 4 Pack-a-Punch. Like Pack-a-Punch goes up to tier 3 normally in modern zombies. Once you add up enough relics, you get tier 4 Pack-a-Punch available. But only when you're playing with so much challenge added, you know? It's so cool. And as you go through the relic challenges as well, like the first one we already did, there's 9 of them. I did the first one the same day that we beat the main quest, and it was pretty easy. We had to like go to round 20 in the challenge mode, go do a tiny little quest around the map, do a challenge where I fought mimics, it was over. But they've all been found now, which was not the case a couple days ago when I was last streaming it. Now that all the challenges have been found, we know things that are crazy. Like the 9th relic quest requires you to play in with all of the relics you found up to that point on. You have to be at that level of challenge, like the highest you can prior to getting it. And you have to go to at least round 60 plus, and above round 60, complete the main Easter egg quest. Like with all the extra challenge added on top of that. And that's how you get the 9th relic for the maximum challenge. And I saw them discover that, and I just went, holy fuck, that's hard. And I told it to False. I was like, isn't that a ridiculous challenge? She's like, yeah, are you doing it? I said, of course I'm doing it. Who do you think I am? Of course I am. She just knew immediately. She was like, yeah, you're doing it, aren't you? She knows I'm too crazy. I can't be stopped. I cannot be stopped. Uh-oh. Would you say it's worth the 53 bucks I got it on sale for? I mean, obviously, like, the thing with is it worth it is always iffy with games because, like, $53 to you might be different than it is to me. I would say it's worth it. And that's not even, like, including just preference in games and all that, right? Just even purely that amount of money might be valued differently for you. But for me, I think Delta was worth it. I would have preferred if it was a little more transformative. That's just like my personal taste with remakes. I would have preferred more changes. But I also understand that, like, as much as Metal Gear fans right now largely agree with that and are like, this is... a lot of people say it didn't change enough. I'm sorry, I'm not wording it well. But at the same time, I know damn well that if they had changed more in Delta, the entire fandom would have been fucking rioting in the streets about, you know, this change, that change to Kojima's masterpiece. It's a weird spot for them to be in remaking those games, is basically what I'm saying. Like, more so than with most Legendary games, making changes to Metal Gear is so risky. In terms of just like reception and stuff, right? Just the way that fans will react to that. It's even riskier than it usually is in video games. I probably don't need to carry the kerosene right now. But I also probably should go back to the other side of the map and burn some of those corpses before they turn into Crimson Heads. Now that I say that out loud. So is this door handle just fine? in real survival. I noticed that it didn't give me the pop-up text, and it seems like it's just not gonna fall apart this playthrough. Would you say to 100%ing every single God of War game? I don't think God of War would be bad. It would probably be pretty enjoyable. But I've got so much on my plate already. I'm not looking to add more. Especially with zombies probably being like the most content rich it's been potentially ever this year. And with me being the zombies guy and just that like being on my plate by default. Ow. It's pretty packed right now. Re-experiencing MGS3 was worth it. Yeah, I loved it. I would have preferred it to make more changes, be more its own thing than it already is, but like, I mean, it's just good. I enjoyed it a lot. As much as I could sit here and be like, they should have done more, it was just really good as it was at the same time. And unless the difficulties are unlockable, I probably would just start on whatever the highest possible difficulty is. Like this game, I had to play on normal and then bump it up to hard, but that's only because you can't do hard mode from a fresh save in RE1 Remake. Because if we're being honest, with RE1 Remake, normal mode kind of is hard mode, and hard mode is like extreme mode. There we go. That'll help out. Where'd this other one go? Shit. That Crimson Head is gonna jump awake. Or not? Okay, those two are handled. Because there's always going to be the one Crimson Head in that hallway. I just didn't want there to be three. I'm glad that I thought to run all the way back. That was definitely worth it. Since I'm out of a job and a lot more aware of how I spend my money, true. I mean, yeah, it definitely depends on like your budget, but if re-experiencing MGS3 with like a fresh coat of paint and a new gameplay style that's sort of like a hybrid between MGS3 and 5, like basically it is MGS3's gameplay, but with like sprinklings of MGS5 throughout. If that sounds worth it to you for like how much you have in the budget right now, then go for it. Plus, like, I don't know, if you're on Steam just universally, like if you have less than 2 hours played and you request a refund, they will give it to you 99% of the time. They won't even really push you on it. They'll just give it to you. Did I already go in there and get the key? It's showing as totally complete. I must have. That one felt a little sketchy. What's your most anticipated 2026 game that has been announced? Gears of War E-Day, for sure. Out of what's been announced right now, Gears E-Day. I've heard of cases where they allowed even past those points. Yeah, they have allowed it past that too. Like even outside the 2 weeks and 2 hours like rule, Because they do genuinely have people who look at each individual case. It's coming 2026. That's the official word on it. But we haven't seen anything of the game since. So it's sort of like... Gears does always release holiday season. So what I'm basically expecting now is either we're going to see a Gears of War trailer on... Or, sorry, like at Summer Games Fest, probably, at like the Xbox show that they do every year there. But then if we don't, it's probably delayed to at least 2027. He's doing the thing. He's not lunging. I don't like it. I don't like it when they don't lunge. I'm trying to dodge him. I doubt Halo and Gears would be in the same quarter. They have been before. I don't know if they would still do it today, but they've done that before with Halo and Gears. To be honest, the one bullet can go away for now. And the old key, well, the old key can sit in there for the time being as well. I'm not strapped for cash or anything, but like 20 bucks hits differently when you can't work a day to make up for it. Yeah, exactly. No, I get it. What's your opinion on no public demo for RE9? Have they said there's not going to be a demo? If they did, I didn't hear about that. But typically, RE does their demos like less than a month before release. At least in recent years, they've done them like... I remember RE2 Remake's demo was literally like the week before. The one-shot demo they did for RE2 Remake was like 1 week beforehand. I think RE4 Remake was also like 2 weeks or so before, if I remember right. So unless they've said they're not doing one, I would just expect that it's going to be pretty close to release. At least that would be my assumption. I don't know if there has been any official word on it. I don't think Village had a demo though, did it? Oh no, Village did have a demo. They had like that puzzle in the castle basement. I remember. I don't think 3 Remake had a demo. At least not that I recall. But that one kind of makes sense. That one, yeah, I see why they didn't. That's not a RE3 Remake bad comment. As soon as I said it, I'm like, uh-oh. Oh, why are you back there? It did have one? Or is that, whoa! Or is that delayed from, Village? That's exactly what I was hoping for. Let's go. Crazy. Crazy that I got that crit. Let's go. I have RE3 demo in my library? Really? I just don't remember it having one. What was it? Like, what section of the game was it? Because I'm assuming it was similar to RE2's demo, where they just cut out, like, a small section, right? I got this game when it was on gold many a year ago, but never got around to properly playing it. Old video game controls be damned. It's so good. Like, RE1 Remake, genuinely, it's just, there's something about this one. It's still one of my absolute favorites. The beginning of Raccoon City. Like right after you get out of the subway station sort of beginning. Why do I not remember that? I have no memory. Maybe I just didn't play that demo. I might not have. Because I do remember Doom Eternal came out like or like 1 or 2 weeks before RE3 remake. And I distinctly remember binging the shit out of Doom Eternal when it came out. So I might have just been playing that. I might have just said, I can wait for RE3. Okay, he's dead. I'll get the kerosene for him in a minute. Clearing out this side of the mansion and burning all the bodies will be big. This is a challenge, and playing as Chris only made it worse. I'm feeling the pressure. And I don't know, like, we literally just got done with like a 2-hour speed run of this game. Knife-only run of this game. And this playthrough, I'm feeling way more pressure than like any of them so far. Hard mode plus the item boxes not really being persistent. Like the individual item boxes plus Chris limited inventory. It's just all coming together to be kind of a shit show. The pressure is absolutely on. I'm gonna get rid of this guy. He's not the worst to dodge, but I'd rather not have him here. To be real. Wow! Shit! It sounded like he was so far away. I was just trying to get to where I could see him, dude. Ah, he's dead. Wait, I always forget. Tactical reload, bitches. The new console prices, or the new consoles are right at $1,000. We don't know that. Why are we treating this like fact? This is like just speculation. We don't know. We don't know the new console prices. The one thing that seems really interesting, where there like actually is a very solid speculation, is what's it? The new Steam machine. We don't know either, but there was an investor's call about the Steam machine, just all the new hardware, but obviously the Steam machine came up in that. And there was a reporter who asked the Valve like employees hosting the call about the pricing of the Steam machine, and they basically said like, is it going to be around $500? Like, are we looking to keep it competitive with other contemporary console prices, or are we looking at more? And apparently after they asked that in the call, there was like a long awkward silence. They didn't answer the question. And shortly after, that reporter was removed from the call. It was Linus? Was it actually? I feel like if it was Linus, I would have heard it as it was Linus. So, like, speculation would say that the new Steam machine is probably going to be more than 500. I swear it was Linus. Was it Linus? I had just heard, like, a reporter. I didn't hear a name. Oh, he wasn't on a call. In the room, he asked if it would be 500, and they didn't answer. But the vibe wasn't good. Okay. Interesting. I may have just heard some pretty wonky reporting, but I think like that sounds like about the same thing that I heard, just different, and Linus specifically. I think the reporting that I saw on it must have just been kind of bunked, but it sounds like about the same thing. If it's more than 500 or 600, it will fail. I agree. I think if they price it too aggressively, they'll definitely hurt the system, like long term. If I were advising on it, which I'm obviously not, but if I was, I would be like 500 is maximum. If you want this to actually sell and be like a relatively, I'm trying to find the word. If you want this to have much staying power, definitely price it relative to the current console market. Don't, I think what is probably going to end up happening, am I dead? Yes, I just saved. I had a feeling. I had a feeling. I think they're trying to price it like relative to the PC market, but I don't think that will work out for them. False is the guest who isn't a ghost anymore. False has been playing this new like Chinese MMO. I don't remember the name. Chances are someone in chat will just know it. But her character was so Where Winds Meet. Yes, False has been playing that a lot lately. And her character, when she made it, was so fucking pale that she looked like a fucking ghost from like a Ring movie. I also have called her character Lady D with the skin. Like it's that kind of skin color. And I've been making jokes saying she looks like a ghost, yada yada. But apparently she just unlocked like a new skin color that is not deathly pale. Like very much sickly kind of, oh fuck, I died again. I should heal. I should heal, shouldn't I? I'm on hard mode on this challenge. I forget. It's not just the item boxes that are gonna challenge me here. We're also on hard mode. It's locked to hard mode. Or maybe... It's crazy it's free to play. The gameplay is top tier. It's not that crazy it's free to play. She was showing me the monetization for the game. It's insane. It's fucking crazy, the monetization in Where Winds Meet. It's one of those, like, you guys remember when I first saw the monetization for what's it called? Fuck, War Thunder. The first time that chat talked about War Thunder's monetization and I looked into it and I was like, holy shit. It was that kind of reaction when she was showing it to me. But yeah, it's free to play and you can largely earn everything just by playing. But then, you know, it takes a lot of effort to do that. Could just open up the wallet real quick. Get yourself a fancy hairdo. God, the no auto aim. Like, this is OG RE1 in the West. Oh, that was a crit. I know that sound. Beautiful. Didn't have auto aim. So I'm, you know, plenty used to tank control RE without it. But I've kind of adjusted to playing remake with it now. Them taking it away for real survival is fucking with me a lot. Who has time and effort in the big 25? Yeah, it's one of those. I still, like I say all the time, whenever monetization stuff comes up, like free-to-play models, all that, I always point to, personally, I think the gold standard for like a free-to-play model that is still monetized in a way where like the devs can make good money off of it and continue to support the game through it is Warframe. I think Warframe has like the perfect free-to-play balance when it comes to monetization. Because absolutely everything in the game is unlockable just by playing the game. There's nothing that is paid only. If you play enough, you will get everything. Takes time, but it's not an absurd amount of time. Like, it's effort. It takes some solid effort, but not like to the point where it's unrealistic to do it. There are plenty of like free-to-players on Warframe who have basically everything because they just love the game, played the game, got all the good stuff, you know? They nailed it. I always stand by that. Oh, that's armor key. What's the other sword key door? Oh. Is it? You can generate currency just by selling things. Yeah, that too. There's trading in Warframe. Like, you can sell your shit that you don't want to get currency to get the other cool stuff that you do want. I think Warframe just has it nailed as far as like a free-to-play game. That, again, like there are microtransactions for everything in that to where you can just skip the grind if you're not willing to do it. Holy shit. But it's really well balanced in terms of like time investment, how realistic it is. Like, I played a lot of Warframe, got a ton of cool shit, never paid a dime. Just never did. I loved Warframe. It was fun. I haven't played it in a long time. I only say loved because it's been so many years. It's not even like one of those... Oh, interesting. My closet key got stuck all the way over in this item box and a first aid spray. You know, to pay me for my venturing over. I got confused for a second. I'm like, where are my ink ribbons? Oh no, it's real survival. It's sinking in. This is the first other item box I've gone to. Oh, fuck. It begins. It begins. RuneScape. I love old school RuneScape. Ever since I was a kid, I've always loved RuneScape. It is that game for me that's like, I will never fully quit RuneScape. Every couple years or so, I get pulled back in somehow, just totally at random. That being said, though, I don't love monetization models for games that are based on a subscription. No one ever quits. I will never quit. That one guy that did RuneScape one tile at a time, that was such a good video series. Like, that was one of those things that I saw on YouTube, and it's just one of those moments where, like, as a creator, I sat there just kind of like, this guy's a fucking genius. I'm like, how did he think this up? And why is this so good? And like, now everyone else can do this, but like, it's been done. Like, this guy did it already. It's not interesting when you see everyone else do it again. Like, this guy did it. This guy was there first. He got it. I was just like, I can't even remember which RuneScape YouTuber it was. But I watched that series and was just like, damn, dude. Such a good idea. It was so good. If you haven't seen it, he did it to where, I'm trying to remember exactly how it worked. I think it was XP based, wasn't it? Like, when he started from a totally fresh account, like, no, he made a whole new account for this series, and he used a plugin that he had made for this series where he literally could not move away from the specific tile he was standing on, like right when you get teleported into town. He was trapped in that one tile. He could not move. And from that very first tile, he had to like get XP, which basically at the start he had to like resort to the little rats that scurry around town. He had to wait for one of them to get close enough for him to start combat. And then once he got enough XP, he was able to unlock a second tile. And then he could move only between the first one and that new one that he just got. Settled, thank you. And just watching it, you're like, what a good idea. This is crazy. Because like the amount of knowledge and creativity, like knowledge for the game, I mean, that it takes to literally be locked into a tile and to require yourself to earn XP to unlock new tile sets, like to allow you to move more and open up more options. You have to know the game so well and think so far outside of the box to actually like do it. And he thought of the idea and like had this plugin made for the series, and then B actually had the knowledge and the creativity to pull off the challenge and make it into like a genuine series. And that was what, just as a creator, I watched it and I was like, this is gold. Like this guy with this series right here, he peaked. This is so hard to beat. It's one of those moments where you just sit back and you admire the craft. And it sounds so simple, but like genuinely. I don't even like RuneScape, and I've watched that series. It's good. It's also like how he explained it. Yeah, he explains it so well while he's playing too. To where even if you haven't played RuneScape, like you knew exactly what he was doing. It's so easy when you're covering games you're familiar with on YouTube to kind of speak as if you're speaking only to people who know the game already, because in your head you kind of are, right? It genuinely, it might sound silly, but that even is just a skill set in and of itself, to be able to explain the game as you're playing it so that people who have never played it understand what's going on and like why this is special or that's special, whatever, right? Even that is just, that's difficult. My brain is struggling right now. Oh. I have, okay. I know what we're doing. I really should heal. I'm still running around to where one zombie bite is gonna kill me. Yeah, whistle, and then I was also gonna grab this old key. The Dark Souls difficulty of RE1. Pretty tough. He's not lunging. He's not lunging! Reset him. He'll lunge next time, right? Wait, this is the same guy who didn't lunge before, though. I hate this new YouTube UI on phone. I could have gone there if I had just gone, like, immediately. Oh, he did lunge. I'm really pushing it with this. Like, to be clear, I'm dead if he grabs me. This is a little ambitious of me. I have a heal in my inventory, but I don't want to use it because it's a full heal and I don't need a full heal. I'm only in the orange. And when I go to do the dog whistle, there's going to be that bed of green herbs there. And that bed of green herbs is literally just free, like, little heals. I don't like how YouTube keeps messing with perfectly good things. Me neither. I feel like YouTube lately has, especially in the terms, or in terms of like UI or the change to like how names are displayed, YouTube has been doing a whole lot of changing things that were perfectly fine to begin with. Like, just genuinely, they did not need adjustment. Yeah, I do want to go to the dog whistle, but also could get the shotgun first. And the shotgun will make the dogs a lot easier. Because, like, the first dog that has the key, you kind of just want to blast and get out before the second dog shows up. And it's very much worth using shotgun shells for it. Plugins aren't always accurate. The dislike plugin for YouTube is accurate. All it's doing is pulling from the API. Because the thing with YouTube is that YouTube does still track dislikes, like in studio and everything, and it does still factor into the algorithm, and like they're still there. Nothing actually changed about the functionality of dislikes on the platform. They just don't display them publicly anymore. So, oh, I didn't want to go in here. I was trying to go to get the fake shotgun. But, my bad. It's gonna be very hard. It's pretty... There's pressure. It's a little tense, I have to say. Doing it as Chris doesn't help, but at least Chris has more health than Jill does. So, like... You know. It kind of balances out, but the inventory is brutal. YouTube should allow, or sorry, should show only dislikes. You know, you might be onto something. My canteen is on the other side of the mansion. Holy fuck, this mode. Because I was like, oh, fuel canteen. It's on the other side. So is the shotgun, though. I'm going there anyway. Just, Jesus Christ. I'd rather not, but it at least will kill him. I can live with that. Wait for it. Good sound. That's the sketchy zombie. What did you think of... Oh, why are you there? Of live action Zelda and Link, by the way. I saw some people unhappy, but I thought the castings looked great. Hard to say. Because, like... I didn't actually get to see them act. You know what I mean? Like, the resemblance is there. But I have no idea how their interpretation of the characters will feel. If that makes sense. And I feel like that's more important. Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people were just upset that they aren't, like, big known actors. But to be honest, I've really disliked that trend recently. Just because, like, I don't... It's specifically with video game adaptations in the last few years, all of them have just had the wackiest castings, literally just for, like, marketing purposes. It's kind of wild. Like, obviously the Mario movie was one, but like the Street Fighter movie also just has insane casting. Like, it feels like a lot of them are genuinely basing their casting decisions off of like what will drum up the most attention on social media. Yeah, Borderlands movie was ridiculously casted. Like, I'm kind of sick of just that general trend. I really need to get Kerosene back here for that guy. He's gonna be a bitch if he turns. Oh, I have to go so slow this playthrough. Like, we were zooming the last couple playthroughs. But I have to go so fucking slow here. It's driving me nuts. I was shocked how bad it was. The Borderlands movie was really bad. The Sonic movies, I'm not a Sonic fan, so I haven't seen them. But I know a lot of people have really enjoyed them, and like the casting in them too. Oh yeah, I kind of keep forgetting the Uncharted movie even happened. Because that one was like, it wasn't even bad to the point where you remember it. It was just the most like meh movie. It's like, yeah, that certainly existed. But yeah, Nathan Drake as Tom Holland. Or Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, you get what I'm saying. Plus Marky Mark. Can't forget he was there. Some people say Expedition 33 is not indie because it had a pretty big budget and it suppresses actual indie games for nomination. Yeah, I've seen people talking about it. The thing with indie and AAA, it gets kind of finicky. Even with like AA, which is more what people are suggesting Expedition 33 would be. This gets very finicky because the definition of an indie game is just a game that is self-published. It's as an independent. It is an independently published title. That is an indie game. Because they're not working with publishers, it's typically seen as more like, you know, one-man team, small budget because they don't have like the backing, whatever. It's typically seen that way. But literally speaking, all that indie is just self-published. But AA and AAA games are also quite literally measured by their budget. Like, just having a publisher doesn't immediately make you a AA or AAA title. That is determined by the budget of the title. So it gets kind of weird with something like Expedition 33 because their budget was really big. I don't know exactly what it was. I don't remember. But I think it was like AA territory. But at the same time, by definition, it was an independent title. So like it gets weird. That one in particular is really odd to try to nail down because it can kind of go either way. But also, I will be the first one to jump in as well and say that most people trying to take the indie title away from Expedition 33 are just riding this sudden Expedition 33 was overhyped wave that has popped up pretty much as soon as they got nominated for so many awards. Everyone is saying that they're overhyped and whatever else. There's a lot of trying to discredit the game that really, like, there was some of it throughout the year, but it has suddenly exploded since the nominations came out. So I just really haven't been paying too much mind to it, to be honest. It's kind of a silly debate that's going on, if you ask me. Largely because most people engaging in the debate and trying to discredit the game don't really care about the game. They're just or the debate as a whole. They're really just trying to downplay Expedition for whatever reason. It's a disingenuous debate as far as a lot of people engaging with it are concerned. I gotta go back and burn that body. I have so few resources, man. I have not watched that trailer, no. I don't even know what it is. A list JPEG, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Once again, someone said something, and everyone else, because they can't formulate their own opinions, adopted that opinion. It is kind of one of those. It kind of is. I feel like the games community has just been so full of that in recent years. Like, it's just general social media side effect. But, like... I feel like video games discourse on the internet has just become so obnoxious, particularly in like the last 3 years more than ever. Like, just obnoxious. How fast do they turn? This is real survival, so it's using whatever the hard mode like data set is. I don't know it off the top of my head, but whatever that would be, because the timing changes per difficulty, just generally. And this would be using whatever the hard mode figures are. Dog whistle time. Hopefully I don't fuck this up. I haven't saved in a minute. I might have to be a little more careful. Because I did get some more ink ribbons. I just haven't used them. Oh, no autosave for the dogs? Wait. I only just remembered. Or auto aim? Did I say auto save? No auto aim for the dogs. Holy shit, get off. There we go. Oh, I got so lucky with the dog running that way. Oh, shit. All right, I want more. This is the only time I'm going to be out here. Oh, shit. Okay, we're fine. I love Expedition 33, but it's not in my top 3 this year. I feel like this year was so weird. I've said it a lot. Like, I played plenty of games this year that I really enjoyed. But at the same time, I don't feel like I played a single game this year that when I played it, I was like, this is game of the year. This is the one. This is the winner. I didn't have that game this year. Like, I genuinely have never cared less about the Game Awards, like, since getting really involved with industry stuff, than I have this year. And it genuinely is just because, like, I played so much that I loved, like, personally, but nothing that was, this is the one that deserves it, you know? Like, there was no title I played this year that was like, this one right here, winner. They earned it. I just didn't really have that. Like, I feel like every other year, there's the one for everyone, basically. Everyone has that game of the year. Hence the name. That they play, and they're like, this is it. Like, you just know when you play it. Or you finish it, whatever. You're like, this is the best game of the year. Has to be. I didn't have that this year. So many games that I had a blast with. But just no games that I'm like, this is the award winner right here. This is the one. It never happened. So I genuinely, like, I've never been more apathetic to the Game Awards than I have this year. And it's also weird because, like, so much came out this year, too. Like, I played so many new games this year. I literally did not have time to play everything I wanted to. And I just still don't feel that way about any. Like, even Metalhead said it. I was literally about to say it, and then I read it off of his message as I was about to say it. Even Silksong, I love, but when I'm playing it, I just really have not been like, this is the the award winner. This is the... Because, like, something about Silksong, for me, just hasn't had that same effect on me that Hollow Knight 1 did. And I cannot put my finger on it. I genuinely... I've tried. I can't. But there's just something with Silksong where, like, it feels like there's a missing piece that would bring it all together, but it's just not there. Like, I can't find it. You know? It's just... It's weird. It's been a weird year for me. Because even I would have expected Silksong to be one of those that you're like, this is the one. This is this one wins all the awards. But, like, I don't know. It didn't hit like that for me, at least. I had a blast with it, but it wasn't that, you know? Yeah, Doom was good. There was so much this year. And then, funny enough, like, all of the award winners, I basically haven't... all of the nominees, they didn't win. Everything that got nominated, pretty much, I haven't played. Because, of course, I haven't. Why did I come in here? I don't have the jewel. My brain was literally just thinking, go get the jewel, come back. Because I did push it off the edge. But yeah, like, Doom Dark Ages was a blast. But I didn't have that moment of, like, this is the best game that will come out this year. I think Doom was up there on my personal list, to be real. It was no Doom Eternal, but the Dark Ages was really fun. Like, really, really fun. I loved it. I definitely liked it more than most people, but I also feel like a lot of people just skipped it. Probably just because a lot of the general discussion was like, yeah, it's good, but it's not Doom Eternal. So I think a lot of people just didn't really play it at the same time. Definitely, at least, it feels like out of the whole trilogy, it's the one that the least people have played. Just going off of, like, discussion and everything. Death Stranding 2 is the undisputed game of the year. It does have VTubers in it. It has the Kojima magic, for sure. I just got the Dead Space remake yesterday for like $11 deluxe too. The Dead Space remake was so fun. I could just have... I'm struggling. My brain, I'm normally good at piecing it together, but hold on. It's gonna take me a second. Wait, is my inventory full? Can't wait for the DLC. Like, yeah, I'm excited for the DLC too. I bought the deluxe edition. So when the DLC, like when the story expansion comes out, I do already own it. Because as soon as they said they were doing story DLC, I remembered that Doom Eternal's DLC packs are the best part of Doom Eternal. So that, like, as soon as they said we're doing a main story expansion, like, I think it's only the one this time rather than like 2. But as soon as they said that, I gave them my money. Because last time around, the expansions for Doom Eternal took all the insanity that made that game so special and cranked it to like 17 out of 10. Those DLCs were insane. Genuinely, the Ancient Gods, part 1 specifically, is like my favorite single piece of Doom content ever. That little 3-mission pack. Those 3 missions are all incredible. Like, seriously incredible. Plus, my hot take, and part of the reason I wasn't so bent over the Mick Gordon thing this year, the way a lot of people were, my spicy Doom take, mega spicy. Like, be warned. mega spicy. David Levy is my favorite Doom composer ever. Holy shit, every David Levy track fucking nails it. Way better than anyone else. I'm sorry, Andrew Hulshult. I'm sorry, Mick Gordon. But David Levy's music in The Ancient Gods is something else. And no one talks about it because so few people played the DLC. But holy fuck, David Levy cooked in that DLC. Like, god damn. I've heard others say it too. I just know whenever I say it on stream, people are like, whoa, whoa. But man, so good. I was genuinely really sad when Hulshult and Levy weren't doing, what's it? Weren't doing the Dark Ages. That was my disappointment. Like, obviously I knew Mick wouldn't be back for it already because the Mick fallout happened years ago. A lot of people just didn't know about the fallout until the Ancient Gods was coming around. But like, for anyone who keeps up with Doom, it was obvious he was never going to compose it. I was disappointed that David Levy and Andrew Hulshult weren't coming back for it, more than anything. Good reason, though. Absolutely good reason. It's just he was never going to do it. Like, if you're really into Doom and you keep up, you knew years before the Ancient Gods came out that he never was going to work on Doom again. I was let down that it wasn't Levy and Hulshult because they killed it. Especially Andrew Hulshult's style when he does video game soundtracks would have been so perfect for the Ancient Gods. Like, I'm shocked that they didn't stick with Hulshult. I don't know, man. Ancient Gods felt kind of lacking. No, the fuck it did not. Imora. That's a David Levy mission. Just all of the music on Imora in Ancient Gods 2. Insane. I can't remember the name of the mission, but the first mission in Ancient Gods 1 is also David Levy. Insane. The final mission of Ancient Gods Part 1 is also David Levy. And not like the kind that you listen to on your own and jam out to, but when you're playing the mission, masterful. Like, just so perfect. But not the kind that you're like blasting to yourself in your free time. A very different vibe, but like perfect for that mission. Sorry, my brain, I'm so... Oh, wait, there's an item box check? Oh, I didn't realize this was a thing until just now. I can see what I have in each item box from the map. Okay. I can do the chemicals right now. I'm clearly forgetting something else. I could go do chemicals, though. Gotta do some reanalysis. The Imora music is godly. Just insane. Half-Life 3 is actually real. Hey, chat. Chat, come here. Come here. Lean in real close, okay? Listen. You know how 10 minutes ago we were laughing about how easily just made up shit and fake news propagates on the internet, especially within the modern gaming community? Just reflect on that real quick. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Just a quick, brief reflection on 10 minutes ago. Let us have this. Just consider for a moment, okay? Just consider. Half-Life 3, Ace Combat 8, Bloodborne Remaster, all announced at the Game Awards. It's true. Everything you could ever dream of, it's all gonna be at the Game Awards, guys. It is. Oh yeah, it did spawn you. I have plenty of shells. It doesn't get old. It really doesn't. Every single time. Armored Core 7 2 and DMC 6. Yeah, every game you could ever dream of, chat. It's all gonna be at the Game Awards. I promise. All of it ever. It's all there. Trust. RE3 Director's Cut. Silk Song 2. It's all there. It's totally, definitely all there. Yep. Yes. Half-Life 3, 4, and 5 are all getting announced at the Game Awards. Enjoy, we trust. But no, genuinely, the Half-Life 3 shit has been so insane, and like, I know that it has leaked a lot, Half-Life 3, in the last year or two. But you know what's incredible, chat? Every single time that Half-Life 3 leaks and is right about to be announced, nothing ever happens. Like, it has constantly been in the news cycle in the gaming space for the last 2 years straight. Nothing has happened. I hate to be the guy to bring this up, but like, seriously, it's been constant for the last 2 years. And we've seen nothing. Don't do this to me. It's not. Literally last week, the Valve hardware showcase, they were saying it was going to be there. Everyone was like, it's happening tomorrow. The day before that showcase. You know what didn't happen? I'm sorry, but we need to have this conversation. Particularly about Half-Life 3. Oh no, auto aim. Oh no. Three? You're fucking me, Capcom. Three. I'll go grab an extra herb. I was gonna store them there, like muscle memory kind of kicked in, and I was like, oh yeah, let me go cycle all these herbs over to the box. I'll need them later, especially on hard mode like this. And then real survival hit, and I realized that's the item box that I'm not using. I'm using the one that's further over so that if I ever need anything when we're in the guardhouse, it's at least closer. I don't have to go all the way back to the mansion and through the entire mansion. It will be there. It will pay off later. Moving everything to that item box instead. What you got in Resident Evil? Like, how much left? We have this playthrough, which is the last costume for Chris, real survival mode, and Nook and Cranny, which is just the achievement for visiting every single area in one playthrough. And then after that, the only thing that's left is invisible enemy mode, which I saved for last because, yeah. But at least that I can do on like normal difficulty with Jill, so it shouldn't be too bad. And I can speedrun it, which should make it better. Probably. But the reason that Valve doesn't make more games nowadays, it might sound like overly simple, but genuinely, like, this is why. Just they don't have to. Like, games are really expensive and really risky. And even though Valve consistently makes, like, the best shit, Valve can make more money overall by just sitting back and running Steam. And occasionally they go crazy, they make some wild hardware. A lot of the time it works. Sometimes you get the Steam machine. But the thing is, Half-Life 3 isn't risky, but Half-Life 3 will cost a lot of money. And Valve could make all the money that Half-Life 3 would make and more by just sitting back, doing nothing, spending nothing additional, and continuing to take their 30% cut of every single purchase on Steam. Valve is in a position where they don't need to take risks because they could just sit back, and then occasionally if they want to do some crazy shit, they can. They don't have to. They could keep pumping out Half-Life or Left 4 Dead or whatever. Well, they can't really do Left 4 Dead, but... I mean, they could, but they couldn't do it the way they used to. Epic takes 10%. Yeah, Epic is the only one that doesn't take 30. 30 is the standard in the industry. Oh, shit. I was distracted. Fuck. That was stupid. Why did I even run this way? I don't need to kill him, like, at all. There's no reason to kill him. I'm just upset at myself now for doing that at all. Because everyone hates buying PC games anywhere but Steam. Yeah, not Valve. Epic does the lower cut. Because it makes publishers more willing to go to them. But even then, a lot of publishers still don't go to them because 20% more cut on every purchase is great. Don't get me wrong. But, like, opportunity cost is a thing. So you have to sit back and say, how many sales am I going to get on Epic? Run the numbers on how much that will be at 90% profit, or sorry, 90% of all of those sales going to you. And then compare that to how many sales you would likely get on Steam at 30%. Run the numbers. How much total revenue do you make there? It's not really worth it. And most publishers are already on that wavelength. Or they do both. But the thing is, Epic tries to secure the exclusive deals. What can Epic do to get the Steam audience? Hope that Steam dies. Like, I'm kind of joking, but I'm also really not. That's the truly funny part, is that, like, I'm kind of shitposting, but not really. That's kind of all they can do at this point. They've already tried. And they've made really big moves that you would think would have worked. They didn't. Like, genuinely, they can kind of just stay afloat and pray that Steam dies at some point and everyone goes to them. Which do you think is going to be the worst game to do 100%? Bro, we already did it. It was Survivor 2. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Nothing's going to be that bad again. If I ever play Survivor 2 again, it's too soon. Yeah, Epic is more competing with GOG, for sure. Like, those two are pretty in the same ballpark. Whereas Steam is like 95% market share on PC right now. It's ridiculous. Although I say that all they can do is just hope that Steam dies, but I remember a time where Twitch had like 95% market share of the streaming industry. Now Twitch has like 55. And Twitch had like 90 in 2018. Like 90 plus back in 2018, and now they're down to like only about half of the market share. So crazy things happen, certainly. How is Epic competing against GOG? I'm just saying, like, trying to compete against Steam, you don't stand a chance. Like, you're not winning. They are so dominant in the space that it's too much work to try to take Steam's place. You have to work your way up, right? You can't just start by going for Steam. GOG is more comparable to Epic in terms of market share right now. It would be like if I, as a YouTuber, say when I first started taking videos really seriously at like 1K subs, it would be like me looking at like Mr. Beast and being like, okay, how do I get Mr. Beast's viewers and bring myself to do better than Mr. Beast? Like you don't start there. You don't start with the Titan, you work your way up. You go through the steps building a business. You don't just go straight. If you start, I don't know, PC part shop, you don't just sit there and you're like, okay, Best Buy. How do I top Best Buy? Even though Best Buy is kind of on its way out. But, you know, you get what I'm saying. They were the Titan. You gotta, there's a progression to these things. Micro Center. Micro Center is a weird one because Micro Center is so well known and so popular in the PC space, but then also there's like no Micro Center stores. I mean, there are, but there's like one Micro Center, maybe two, like per state in the US. Which sounds like an exaggeration, but it's really not. If you go look at like the map of how many locations there are, it's genuinely like one in every state. If even for some. Like, I'm sure a lot of the really tiny states, they don't even have one. You already did Resident Evil 3 then, the original? Yeah. Bama ain't got one at all? Really? Well, see, I initially I was like, what? Because, you know, Alabama's a big state, but then I can see that. You know, I can see the population of Alabama maybe not generally having enough demand for Micro Center. Sounds neat, but also it's US only. Savage, you know what I'm saying. Like, generally, in the South, gaming is certainly a prevalent hobby, but not as prevalent. Like, there's not as much demand down there for stuff like a Micro Center. Yeah, a good analogy is comparing Intel and AMD to NVIDIA. They compete with each other for second place. Yeah, because NVIDIA is just so dominant that they're more trying to secure the hold of the spot right under NVIDIA. And then if they end up getting that spot super nailed down, and the one that they're competing with is no longer really much worry, maybe you can start shooting for the very top. Oh, if that zombie's gonna come through, that's gonna be a bitch. What's even the point of the compass in the top left? I don't know. I really don't know. I do, yeah, I have plenty of space, okay. Real survival makes you go so slowly and carefully through everything, man. This is fucked up. It's got me nervous about, like, what would normally be the most mundane parts of a remake playthrough. It really does. I'm overthinking everything. The new RE phone game, if it's still around when we get to it, which is a big question mark knowing how that stuff tends to go. This is the canon playthrough. Yes, it is. Item boxes are not magic this time, and everything is super fucking hard. You want that game to shut down before you get to it? I don't even really know much about it. I saw like 15 seconds of gameplay about, and it just did not drum up any curiosity from me.
No.
People are surprised at the Resi 100s. They haven't seen you play slots. Yakuza. Yeah. Well, also, we're not in spin-off territory right now. So a lot also don't even know. There's nothing back there? Really? Holy hard mode. I came out here for a single dagger. Sorry, a lot of people don't know the pain that we have gone through doing, like, the Survivor games already. I don't think any of the... Well... I was about to say, I don't think any of the other spin-offs get that painful, thankfully. Then I remembered we have to do, like, ORC, Umbrella Corps. So maybe they do. They kind of do, actually. Hello, darkness. Welcome. I'm just gonna hit all the doors on the way so that I can burn the key. Oh, shit. I didn't mean to go in. I was gonna go down and do the painting puzzle. Survivor 2 was glorious. The crazy thing about Survivor 2 100% is that it only took about 40 hours of playtime. But for both me and chat, we were shocked when we looked back and realized it was only about 40 hours because it felt like it was hundreds and hundreds of hours. It felt so agonizingly long getting through Survivor 2 100%. Like 40 hours, that's a pretty casual 100%. Like a lot of games that only take about 40 hours, we're like, oh, that was almost too short. If it's a good game, that is. But man, that game felt way longer. Like even this game, we've probably played for about 30 hours. I'm getting close to being done, and we're sitting here like, man, if only Remake was a little longer to 100%. Survivor 2 felt like an eternity, but it was about the same amount of time that this game has taken. And yeah, like Gaiden took us about 4 hours, but it felt way longer. That was only like a stream and a half. But those streams felt like they went on forever. They really did. Gaiden is very lucky that it's cute. It is one of those games that you're like, man, if you didn't have such like a weird charm and personality, this would be like the biggest pile of dog shit. It's one of those games. Tofu Survivor? Tofu actually did not go that bad for us. Since when are there 2 of you? Oh my god, I'm gonna... Ooh. Oh, no, no auto aim. Just try to get this. I was hoping we could get that back. Is he dead? He's dead. I'll never forget Leon's beautiful, featureless wax face. Gaiden is at least very interesting. This one shotgun shell is not gonna get us far. This is not gonna last. Oh god. I should probably save right around here. It's been a while since I last saved. It's probably getting to be about time. Although, I don't know, we have, well... I was gonna say we have Yawn coming up. You know, chat, we really don't have much dangerous coming up at all. Like, we really don't have anything particularly dangerous. I can go without saving. That outfit makes you look like Agent 47. I think it's, yeah, it might be the lack of hair, actually. And just, it looks like a goofy disguise from a Hitman game. Tried watching the Armored Core 100, but was distracted by the beard. People forget the beard. I do think about bringing back the beard. I think about it often. False would be so pissed, but I think about it. False hated the beard. Beardathon 2, Beardageddon when? I've thought about it. Don't bring back the beard. I've thought about it. But what I always say when I do ponder it is I would have to make it, like, it was such a bitch to not only just grow that beard, but to maintain it. It was a pain in the ass. I would need to make it more expensive to do it again. It's one of those things where I'm like, if I'm doing that again, I need to get paid more than I did the first time to do that. There's just no way. I need an old key. I don't know where the old key is. I'm down. It's just one of those things. And then every time I'm like, but then what? Like, I think about raising the price from what it was. And it just feels like it's too much. But then really, like, for how much the beard made in total last time, it was not worth it. But the channel was way smaller then. When I started growing the beard, it was before I even, like, started doing videos very seriously. So there was genuinely, like, no one here. And I think the beard in total across, like, all of the months, which, see, I was like, where is there an old key? Figured I'd look up here. I think in total, that beard made me, like, $200, maybe. And it went from April to December, I had that beard. It was 8 months of the year that I had that beard. for like $200. Which is where I'm like, man, if I'm doing that again, I'm not doing it for that little again. It was brutal. Was a hobo for 8 months? Yeah, for $200. Like actual hobo behavior. Which on one hand, it is like $200 to just not shave your beard. But like, when you see it, you understand. That was a bitch of a beard. Just over $20 a month. Yeah, literally like not even $1 a day. When it was all said and done. If you were gonna do it again, you'd need to add an extra 0, for real. If I'm gonna have that beard for like a whole year again, give or take. Not actually a whole year, but you get what I'm saying. I can't do it for that, but it would need to be a lot. I would have spent more than $200 on beard styling products. I don't know how much I spent on like beard oil and stuff like that throughout, but actually I didn't use beard oil, but I used like a beard wash. Because I didn't use beard oil because a lot of those oils are literally made to make it grow faster. And that was the last thing I wanted with that beard, was for it to grow more. I was not using beard oil, but like similar products like beard wash, whatever the fuck. I was using those, and I don't know how much I would have spent on those over the course of the months. But now that you bring that up, I made less than 200 on that beard because I was also spending money on upkeeping the beard. I didn't even think about that until just now. But you're right. I made even less than that. I was young and naive, and the channel blew up in the middle of it, which is part of why it went on so long. I got my first big break in the middle of that, which then just extended it way longer than I ever could have thought it would go. I underestimate the power of the internet. I don't anymore. I did then. I did then. I would not now. I know now. I've learned. But at the time, I underestimated the power of the internet. I still haven't learned this puzzle, by the way. Son of a bitch. Armored Core 100% day 19. I could probably just pull it up. Please tell me you don't pop something out. We're done, right? Shit. What do you do? I don't remember. Oh! There we go. Yeah, the beard was something. Oh, I already pushed this. Oh, hold on. I'm stupid. I forget. Do, you know, maybe False would appreciate the beard this time around. Maybe she would. I don't know, what do you guys think? Whoa, it puts Rebecca in an alt costume
Chris
too?
Redfield,
What the
Alpha
fuck?
Team. We're here to rescue you.
What? Barry doesn't get an alt
Richard.
costume
What the hell happened
when
to
you play as Jill. What the huh?
Chris, this place. Get your team out of here. Demons everywhere.
Don't talk. He seems to have been bitten by a poison
She can learn to
snake.
love it. Exactly.
The size of the bite mark is huge.
It's not just any ordinary snake. Take my word for it.
He needs serum. I left it in another room.
I'll go get it.
Please hurry.
Hold on. I'll be back.
I'll be back. We'll see you around, DS. Whoa. I still love for one more RE1 remake that's in first person and as spooky as 7. Yeah, they could. I don't think it's needed. It would be really cool to see something like that. I don't think we'll ever get one. At least not like until way out, right? Like the further that we get from this remake, the more something like that might start to make sense. But even now, it's been more than 20 years since this came out. And like we still just don't need another one. Plus, like Capcom can do other remake projects in the meantime that they haven't done, like Code Veronica. Code Veronica, definitely. Capcom. Please, I beg. I'd love a fixed camera remake of all the non-fixed camera games. That would be great. I was gonna say maybe someone could do a mod for 3 remake, just carrying over functionality from the 2 remake mod. But I don't know if even like the desire is there for a lot of people. You know? RE3 remake. I genuinely would love an RE6 remake. What I've been saying for like the last 2 years is I imagine an RE6 remake that maybe tries to tone things down a little bit. Not entirely, like 6. If it's going to be 6, it still needs to be over the top. And I know that some people really disagree, but I think 6's gameplay is very bland. I think there are positives to it, but like it's all style, no substance, right? Where there's all these crazy combat techs that you can learn for RE6.
Hang in there.
But unless you're like pushing records in the mercenaries mode, you will never need any of it. Like there's no time where the game demands a certain approach or technique or anything like that to succeed.
Richard.
The game never pushes you into
okay.
doing the cool
He's
stuff
just
that you
unconscious.
can do.
Rebecca, it's not safe here.
So a
Let's
remake
get
where they
Richard to
tone
a
things
safer
down a
place.
little bit
Right.
and say use something like RE4 remake as a base
Good.
for the gameplay to be
Richard
built
needs
off
you
of.
now.
I think there's a lot
As
of
soon as
potential
Ricky
with
gets
that,
better, we'll come after you.
but we'll see.
Rebecca, you okay
I
with the gun?
more so than that even am just
All right.
like, bro,
I'm going to continue my
RE5, just use RE4 remake gameplay. Boom, RE5 like you did with RE2 and 3, just boom. Do it. That gameplay is so good. And just that with a second player in RE5 scenario, obviously better AI for Sheva, all that stuff, like dude, you have a banger. That is the formula for a banger right there. I'm telling you. Do some reworking to 5 scenarios. It's needed in places, or scenario. Like do some rewrites, some reworks to the levels, yada yada. That. Boom. RE5 remake has so much potential to be a banger. I'm honestly shocked we haven't gotten an announcement for one or anything yet, you know? because it's crazy. Plus, RE5, still currently the best-selling RE game in terms of just volume of sales lifetime. Not by a lot. RE2 Remake is already in second place, and it's only behind by like 1 million now. But currently, RE5 is still the number one. So, like, it's money for Capcom, genuinely, is the point I'm getting at. They do that. That is still, to this day, the Resident Evil game, as ridiculous as it is to say out loud, that the most people have played. Out of any of them. More people have played Resident Evil 5 than any other RE game. Alright, I need my pistol. You think they'll keep co-op? I think so. I definitely think so. Because, like, RE5, literally, from a gameplay standpoint, is just Resident Evil 4, but with 2 players. So, like, in terms of the remake, that's where I'm like, bro, take RE4 Remake's gameplay with a second player, and then refine the things about RE5 that make me not love it as much as I do 4. Because my thing with RE5 is, like, its core gameplay is just RE4. So the core game is good. The co-op is really fun. But then my issues with RE5 are, like, the levels are not very good. The encounter design is not very good. The progression is so much less interesting than RE4's. Like, RE5's issues, even in the original, all just come from things that are simply not as good as they were in 4. So if they did a remake, polished that stuff up to be as good as 4, now we're cooking. You know, now we're talking a little bit. Because take a fine-tooth comb to it, rework some things. There's so much potential with RE5. Like, even the original, I think, executes on a lot of that potential really well, and then just misses in those really crucial parts where it's like, core gameplay is not an issue. That's a good thing. You don't want it to be an issue. That's, like, the most important thing. But then, when your levels are boring, and your progression is boring, and, like, the enemy encounters and the way that they're designed are boring, the core gameplay can't really shine, you know? That's kind of how I've always felt with RE5. Everything else is good. The co-op is really good. Way better than 6's co-op. Just largely because you both having such small inventories in an action horror RE and being forced to, like, juggle items between each other based on what you need or what you need. And then because the inventory is so small, you also, like, can only have each player carrying 1 or 2 weapons realistically. So, you know, you have a pistol for each player because the handguns are kind of your bread and butter. And then, like, one player takes a rifle for big, like, weak point damage against tougher enemies. One player takes, like, a shotgun or an SMG for crowd control, and you start kind of, like, coordinating loadouts and stuff. There's so much of RE5's co-op that works that for some reason was not carried over to 6. And it bothers me to this day. Everyone loves 5 until they reach the fucking ancient temple. Bro, and the thing is, the temple levels aren't even the worst, right? Like, they're definitely a noticeable step down, but they're not even the worst part. Like, you get to the temple levels, things take a noticeable dip in quality, but then after the temple is where it gets really rough. Bro, the boat at the end of the game, brutally unfun. Like, so painfully not fun to play through. Even False, like RE5 is one of her favorite REs. She loves RE5. She is just like, yeah, the boat is so ass. Even when we were playing it and talking about it and everything, she was like, yeah, this is the part where like the game is not fun anymore. It's just not. No crit. Is he dead though? I think he is. Wait, no. No, he's not. I thought I saw a tiny bit of blood start to come out. Now he's dead, right? Oh, dude, the Excella boss fight is bad. I forget about that every time. The fucking flamethrower gimmick. Oh yeah, that is bad. I forget about that a lot. But yeah, the temple, I think genuinely the temple is still better than everything that comes after. But 100% RE5 is one of the RE games, and RE particularly has this issue. But it's one of those RE games where the pacing kind of gets worse the further into the game you get. I don't know why that's such a consistent thing with RE, but it really is. Not all the time, and sometimes it's like sort of iffy, like wobbly, but not a constant decline. But RE5 is one of those where just the further into the game you get, the more you're like, okay, I'm ready to be done. And it just keeps going and not really doing enough to keep you interested. And you're just like, when are we done? I'm ready. The solar attacks. I forget about that. Yeah. An issue is they struggle with ending their games. I think the original trilogy generally... Hear me out. Hear me out. Let me finish first. Because... Let me finish. RE 1, 2, and 3. PS1 versions. They all kind of have that thing where the longer you spend, the worse the pacing gets. Because, like... Oh, wait. I need to go down, not up. Like, RE1, the mansion, the opening mansion area, phenomenal. The guardhouse, it's okay. The guardhouse is fine. You go back to the mansion, the second trip through is fine, but not as good as the first one. The caves suck. The lab at the end is good in RE1. I think the lab in original RE1 is the second best part of the game. So at least it comes back right at the end. But other than the lab, like bringing it back right before you hit the finish line, RE1 kind of has that, where the longer you spend with it, the less fun you're having. Like moment to moment. RE2, R.P.D, great. The basement of the R.P.D / the revisit to the R.P.D, also great. The sewers, not so good. Not awful, but not great. And then the lab at the end is really good in RE2 as well. RE2 probably has the best pacing of the original trilogy, I would say. I've always said. That's not new. If you've heard me talk RE pacing before. Generally, RE2 is the most consistent of the three.
Rebecca.
RE3 is a pacing shit show. I love RE3. But yeah, like the downtown, uptown areas, great. Clock Tower, great. Hospital, okay, it's fine. The park, ooh. The factory, it's fine. RE3 is the iffiest one because the first half is great and then the whole second half is questionable. Not bad, but questionable in terms of pacing.
What was that?
My interpretation is off a little.
But then I feel like 4, 5, and, well, 6, I don't even think is like a pacing issue.
But don't get too carried away.
6 is just like... The campaigns differ so wildly, and the thing is, you play nowadays especially, you can choose any of the 4 campaigns to play in any order. And some people do just fucking choose whatever they want, like based on who the characters are, right? And that's rough. My hot take that I stated in my RE6 video, this is probably one of my spiciest RE takes, actually. I think Leon's RE6 campaign is my least favorite one. Because genuinely, like, it is the best example of RE6 gives you all these cool tools and things that you can do, but gives you absolutely no reason why you should actually use them other than just they're cool, I guess. Like, nothing in Leon and Helena's campaign ever pushes you into actually using the more interesting parts of that combat system, because it's just zombies. And then even the special enemies that you get in that campaign are just beefed up zombies. So at no point do you actually have to use the parts that make RE6 as cool as it can be. It is genuinely just a zombie shooting gallery where you could optionally do more, but you're really not going to. You're gonna just L2 R2 your whole way through that campaign. It's boring as shit. The atmosphere is there, the mood is there, but like nothing else. The game is just boring through that campaign. Hello, Siege. Ada's co-op campaign is great. Ada's is my second lowest on the RE6 campaign ranking. Her story is probably the most interesting out of the bunch. But like,
Chris,
her gameplay
Chris,
is not great.
I
Her
think I
levels
got
aren't
it.
made very well. And then Chris and Jake are probably the best parts, but then those parts are also just wild. Those are the batshit campaigns in RE6. It's a weird game. RE6 isn't even like wonky in pacing and generally declining like most RE games. It just never has good pacing.
Practice
I'm
makes
sorry, RE6. I'm sorry, but it's true.
What's this?
You know one that really does decline more and more as it goes on, though? RE7. Opening, well, the first hour I very much dislike in RE7. But the first portion of the main house with Jack Baker, best part of the game by far. Marguerite's like not outhouse. The second house, like off further on the property that Marguerite is in, the old house I think it's called. Really good, almost as good as the main house section, but not quite as good. Lucas's section is fun, but it's really all puzzles. It doesn't have that general RE flow, so like it's a fun pace breaker, but it's just not as interesting. And then you go to the boat, RE7's boat, not RE5's. And that's a huge step down. Like from everything prior. And then you go into the salt mines after the boat, and that's the worst part of the game. No one really talks about the salt mines as much because, what's it? It's a shorter section of the game compared to the boat. The boat is longer, but the salt mines are literally just like it's an RE4 shooting gallery where you like go through this very linear level just blasting everything. I mean, at least it's only like 30 minutes at the end. But it's just boring because RE7 isn't made for that. Like RE4 and 5 do that well because they're designed from the ground up to be that kind of game. RE7 is not made for it, and you can feel it. Like, it's fun for a few minutes, and then you're like, wow, I'm really just shooting things. Designed very aesthetically well. It is. The mold everywhere in the boat is very cool. And wow, real survival is taking forever. I'm just realizing, like, we're 2 hours in about, and I'm about to do Yawn. I haven't even done Yawn yet. To be fair, we're also doing it on Chris, which doesn't help, but... yeah, this is slowing me down a bit. Remember when I speedran the whole game in like 2.5 hours for that one achievement? In that amount of time, I have almost gotten to Yawn on this playthrough. The first boss. I felt the same with Village. Demetresk part was awesome. Dollhouse was great. Heisenberg's was trash. I thought the factory was better than the Dollhouse. But then again, I replayed Village a lot when it first came out. So the Dollhouse is like really fun the first time. And when you're replaying it, it's not anywhere near as fun. And on the second playthrough through the factory, I was a little more used to like the flow of the game and everything. So I enjoyed it more than the first as well. But yeah, Village is weird with pacing too. Anyway, it is about that time. That's good progress, and I didn't die. I have that going for me. I didn't die. I can say that much, yet. Wait, no, I did die. Yes, I did. I just didn't lose progress because I saved literally right before. But I did die. Never mind, I take it back. I did. I lied. Anyway, it's about that time. So I'm going back to video work. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub, follow, whatever, come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing all sorts of other stuff like Yakuza, Metal Gear, Ace Combat, maybe more Black Ops 7 zombies. It has its hooks in me. I don't know why it's so good. Why did they make it good? Maybe. Who can say? But come back for any of it. It's all good. Also, if you enjoyed, leave a like before you leave. It helps boost it up in the algorithm, even when it becomes a VOD. You know, it's helpful. Thank you. If you've done so already, thank you if you're about to do so. If you're looking for links to anything else outside of Twitch or YouTube to engage with the community, check out links in the description below, things like Twitter, Discord server, whatever. Or if you're on Twitch, they're on the channel page, they're in chat commands. You'll be able to find whatever you're looking for. Things like Twitter, Discord server, it's all there. You'll be able to find it. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to see all of us back here next time. I hope you all have a rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.